So anyway, let's see this Blake Masters one. This one, I saw this morning, and it's like, what? All right. Blake Masters blames gun violence on, quote, black people, frankly. Arizona Senate candidate has a unique theory about why there's a gun violence problem in the United States. I don't know if it's a unique theory, Daily Beast. It seems like a very tried and true theory of the Republican Party. Tech investor and Arizona Republican Senate hopeful Blake Masters acknowledges that the United States is a gun violence problem, but he also has a theory about why there's a problem. Quote, it's black people, frankly. Masters boiled the issue down in an April 11th interview on the Jeff Orovitz Show podcast, telling the host that, quote, we do have a gun violence problem in this country, and it's gang violence. It's people in Chicago, St. Louis shooting each other. Very often, black people, frankly, Masters clarified. And the Democrats don't want to do anything about it. Now, that part's true. The Democrats do not want to do anything about anything. That part's true. It's unclear why Masters, who has pushed the baseless Great Replacement conspiracy theory narrative, felt compelled to single out black people. Moments earlier in the interview, during a discussion about Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation hearing, Masters told Orovitz that most Americans just want to stop obsessing about race all the time. Yeah, I agree. I would love to stop obsessing over race. So that's why I'm not a racist. I would prefer if everyone was not a racist and we could move on from this race bullshit. That's my preference. But then you have these motherfuckers that are like, it's the blacks! They're ruining the world! And why do people want to keep talking about race all the time? I mean, it's the black people. They're all evil and garbage. But they're the liberals are talking about race all the time. What? The left's biggest tool in their toolkit is to divide people on the basis of race, and that's really messed up. So 1 minute, it's the blacks that are the problem. The next minute, the left really wants to divide people on race. And they just say these things. That's the thing. Like, someone says that, and I'm like, is this a comedy act? Are you putting on a show? Like, am I supposed to clap and laugh at your show? Like, what is, the fact that people say these things and everyone in whatever room they're in doesn't immediately start laughing at them, that says a lot about society. When someone says that shit, the immediate response should be just laughter. Like, you know what the problem is? It's the blacks. And you know what? The left keeps dividing people on race. Anyone? What? No, I'm serious. Oh, no. Republicans frequently cite urban gang violence, most often in Chicago, in attempts to tap out of the gun control debate. While their redirections are often as misleading as they are cliche, those officials aren't always as forthright as Masters about their racial undertones. But Masters, whom the white nationalist website VDare feted, I don't even know what that means, last year as an immigration patriot, was quite clear about his vision of two Americas. After pinning gun violence on gangs and black people and saying falsely that Democratic administrations don't want to do anything about gang shootings, I will say that part is true. Democrats literally do not want to do anything about gang shootings. They don't want to do anything about any shootings. They don't want to do anything about anything. That part is true. So I don't know why the Daily Beast is trying to run propaganda campaigns for the Democrats, because that's not helping anybody. All that's doing is feeding into the narrative that the right is building, where they say the media is covering up. Name one thing any Democrat has actually done to advance anything in regards to gun violence in this country. Mental health care, physical health care. economic conditions. They don't want to do anything. Now, again, Republicans also don't want to do anything. With this idea that Democrats are fighting tooth and nail to get things done. It's just, let's be real. It's made up. The Stanford-educated libertarian went on to complain to Orovitz that gun control efforts target law-abiding people like you and me. When they ban ghost guns and pistol braces, that's all about disarming law-abiding people like you and me. That's what it's about, Master said, referencing government efforts to crack down on the surge in privately made, untraceable firearms. They care that we can't have guns to defend ourselves. What are you defending yourself from, dude? The black person walking down the street? What are you fucking defending yourself from? Like, I mean, seriously. Like, that's the thing. I will never understand why right-wingers are so obsessed with guns. They have all the power. They have all the influence. All the corporations agree with everything that they say. What the fuck are they defending themselves from? I understand why a black person would want to have a gun. Because there's a whole fucking half the country that are racist fucking psychopaths that just want to shoot them dead in the fucking streets all the time. So that makes sense to me. I understand why a fucking trans person or a gay person would want a gun. Because there's half the fucking country that wants to fucking commit a genocide campaign against us. That makes sense to me. Why are all these white conservative Republicans obsessed with guns? Like, that's the thing. Like, what are you defending yourself from? I'm serious. The reason that they stockpile guns is because the moment that an opportunity arises for them to use those guns against black people, queer people, whoever they can, they will take that opportunity. Look at Kyle Rittenhouse as an example. An opportunity arose for him to justifiably go into a protest and kill as many people as he could. And he did. And he got away with it. That's what they're stockpiling for. They're waiting for the opportunity to come. Because when that opportunity comes for them to commit mass slaughter on anyone that they want to be prepared. They want to have all their guns in order so that as soon as they feel like it's possible, they go out and do it. That's why they stockpile guns. They're not stockpiling guns to defend themselves. What the fuck are they defending themselves over? Masters, a Bitcoin evangelist who routinely hawks automated surveillance technology developed by his benefactor, billionaire tech mogul Peter Thiel, claimed that it's pretty rare for homemade firearms to show up in criminal activity. What does that even mean? It's pretty rare. But his information might be outdated. Ghost guns aren't just built and owned by technocrats to be appreciated as a physical instantiations of political theory. Interesting. They're also on the rise among criminals, including in gang activity, according to officials with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. 3 great things that go great together. As well as fresh police data Vice published this week, which documents a 90% increase in seizures last year. The day of the Orovitz interview, President Joe Biden announced a rule change to address the ghost gun problem. In response, Masters tweeted a photo of his own ghost gun kit, claiming that he would be a felon under the new rule if he made another one just like it today. That's not accurate. The Biden administration has not banned those weapons, which don't have serial numbers and can be 3D printed at home. The new rule doesn't make it illegal to build your own gun. It applies to people who sell gun kits. Those sellers are now required to become licensed firearm dealers, run background checks on buyers, and include serial numbers on their kits. The rule also targets violence in urban areas, a sore point for Masters, where ghost guns are multiplying. Last year, police seized more than 225 of the weapons in New York City, along with 300 seizures in Baltimore, 455 in Chicago. CBS News reported, and government data shows that law enforcement agencies reported recovering 20,000 suspected ghost guns in criminal investigations last year alone, nearly as many seized over the previous 4 years of combined. So, you can read the rest of this. Masters won Trump's endorsement on Thursday, 9 days after an 18-year-old used a legally purchased semi-automatic rifle to slaughter 19 elementary school students and 2 teachers in Uvalde, Texas. So this is a Trump-endorsed guy, Peter Thiel-backed, absolute fucking psycho. absolute goddamn psycho, these motherfuckers. They're insane. They're insane. They're absolutely insane. Like, right-wing gun nuts are fucking insane. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. They're fucking crazy. They're crazy-ass motherfuckers. They got doo-doo in their brains. Like, they're leaking doo-doo out of their brains. I don't know what to...
Only the really... I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ...
It's fucking crazy shit. Hello, Sir Yvain. How's it going? You like the article? Absolutely.